he was nice. You liked him, Leo?
Yeah, he came with, I guess, a group of his people in his posse or something, but he got a big table. I was working outdoors at the pizza restaurant with the pizza oven outside, and he ordered a lot of food, a lot, which I'm happy, you know.
Yeah, you like people who eat, right?
Of course.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching. What if I told you that you could make an authentic Neapolitan pizza, the kind that usually takes days, in just 3 hours? Well, today's guest will show you how to do this and without any shortcuts.
There you go.
It's not working. This is funny. Yeah, so anyway, I want you to all meet Julian. He is an incredible chef and he's an expert of making pizza. So he will show us the art of crafting the classic Italian flavors. He is so passionate about sharing his knowledge to make delicious traditional dishes more accessible. So he will reveal his saucy secrets while we prepare the best Neapolitan pizza. So welcome, Chef Julian. I'm so happy that you are here.
Edvina, thank you so much for having me in your studio kitchen. I'm super excited.
So I am, and I want to welcome you with some champagne, as I always do. Welcome my guests.
I've seen you savor these bottles. I've never done one in my lifetime.
So maybe, you know, if you want, I could show you the trick. You know,
of course.
You're gonna show us all the tricks of how to make pizza at home, and I'll show you how to make this, to do the sabroche. It's really fun, actually. Yeah.
One way to impress your guests, for sure.
Yes. Well, you will impress us the other way.
Yeah.
So let's. You see, I'm stressed out today a little bit because I am. You know, it's my last show, so I want it to be perfect, but you know, it usually goes the other way around.
Of course.
Wow. Oh, at least we got that right.
Amazing.
This is always fun.
This is the aperitivo. We're going to start with a nice bubble.
Exactly.
Italian
style. Cheers. Salute. And welcome to the show. I'm so happy you are here.
Thank you so much.
So what sparked your passion for Italian cuisine and then pizza in particular?
Okay, so the whole journey with my Italian cuisine, it all stemmed from my childhood. I used to wake up on the weekends, my grandma's rolling the meatballs, searing them. My whole house smelled like heaven, you know, meats and bacon and sausage and meatballs. She's preparing the Sunday gravy. And I think it stems from my grandma and my family. I was raised Italian-American. My ancestors come from Italy. And I was always so curious about how can I rekindle that culture. So around my teenage years, I started to go to Italy and live with my family during the summers. And luckily, they have a pizzeria in Rome where I got to learn how to make pizza from my cousin Domenico.
So you worked at that pizza. How old were you then?
I was 16 years old, and I would go back every summer. So that was, you know, the best learning I've ever received.
And pizza, of course, is a completely different type of cooking, and it's a whole science, because working with dough and fermentation process and creating that really beautiful, delicious crust that is light, airy, gooey at the same time, and then crispy, it takes a particular knowledge and also practice to be able to do it. So you've done it since you were so young, and you perfected that moment. So I'm so happy you're gonna show our viewers how to make this delicious pizzas at home, because it is possible to. It takes 3 hours.
This dough takes 3 hours to make from start to finish,
which is absolutely incredible. So we are gonna start making this dough and show you how it's done, and we will be making two different toppings. One of them, which is very unique, it's going to be the mushroom and Brie. or camembert, whichever cheese you prefer. I roasted some mushrooms already, and the other one, of course, the classic margarita pizza, the margarita. So how do we begin this process?
All right, the first step is you have to source your ingredients. So luckily you have some beautiful Caputo flour. It's Italian and it's 00, which means it's extra fine. And this brand Caputo happens to be one of the best, most common flours to find. So we're gonna start with the flour in the bowl. And on top we have the water, which is room temperature, it's weighed out. We're gonna go into the bowl with the water. And this is a one-step process, you know, everything in the same bowl. You're not gonna get your hands dirty. We're gonna use some utensils. And then after this, we're gonna add in the yeast.
Caputo brand as well. I made sure we have everything Italian going on here. The Neapolitan tomatoes,
I think you just found the secret of Italian cooking. It's the ingredients.
Always.
And then on top, we're gonna go with some sea salt. You have some beautiful sea salt here.
Yes, great sea salt from Trapani,
That's impressive.
Sicily. Yeah.
I could see. I thought it was Parmigiano cheese. It would look so different. And then all you want to do is get a spoon and you're gonna stir the flour mixture in the bowl, and you're gonna, you know, have some patience and let the whole process take the wheel. And as soon as all of the flour is hydrated from the water, we can let it rest. So we use enough yeast in this recipe so that it rises within 3 hours. However, this pizza results in something very impressive. It could compare to even a 72-hour dough, the way this pizza looks.
So what is the secret to that?
The secret to this is honestly being gentle with the dough. I feel like this recipe, I'm super gentle, and
do not overdo the dough.
This dough specifically, because we mix it by hand, we let it rest, we let time do its thing, and I think that's what makes it so special. The less we touch this dough, the more it's gonna be fluffy.
So after we did this, you cover it and let it rest?
That's it.
In a warm temperature?
Yeah, room temperature is around 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. You do want it to be between them. If not, the process might be a little bit slower. So keep it at a warmer temperature.
And that will take us 3 hours?
Yeah. So after this, you're going to read the recipe. We're going to give it some folds, which is taking the dough with your hands, stretching it, putting it on top of each other on the dough, and it's going to build some strength. So the gluten is resting, and then we're going to build some strength.
That's awesome. So you make sure you scan that QR code for the recipe and the details about how to make this a beautiful dough. And magically, we already have the dough. I'm just going to show it to you, but we will start making it in a bit. But look how beautiful. We have 6 pizzas coming up here.
Yes.
And what I love that, Julian, if you really love pizza, you could get a portable pizza oven the way Julian brought his own pizza oven. It's right there. You will see it in a bit. And it's perfect. You just can make it at home. How crazy is that? You don't even have to go to Napoli.
No. Getting these pizza ovens is definitely the next step in your baking game at home. I actually started in college in culinary school. I got my first portable pizza oven, and I used to bring it to my friend's house where he had like some house parties. I'd bring a bunch of dough, and in the middle of all the chaos, I'll be throwing pizzas in the air and making delicious toppings.
You can do that?
Of course. You're going to learn, I think.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's the exciting. Ooh.
Yeah.
So you studied both culinary arts and also business management. And it seems like a very sensible approach. How did you use those two together in your career?
So luckily, we started hands-on. I learned like the basics, the French techniques, cutting vegetables. And after that, that's when I learned the business aspect. How to run a kitchen, how to run a restaurant, the costs and all that stuff. But throughout all of that, I would always cook on my off time when I'm at home. And that's what pretty much makes you better, is cooking at home and at school.
I think you live in one of the most beautiful and special countries in the world. We all love Italy, Italian culture, Italian passion for everything. And you do have dual citizenship. And tell us about this process, how it was shaped your career.
Honestly, it changed my life because it was a goal of mine. to spend more time in Italy. And after college, I made it, you know, my thing. I needed to move to Italy. I needed to learn from them. And so getting the dual citizenship didn't take, it wasn't overnight. It took almost a year long with lots of help. And after that, I moved to Italy knowing little Italian. So at the time, I was mainly English speaking. I learned like the basics.
You speak
I
fluent?
can speak fluent.
Oh, bravissimo.
Grazie mille.
That's all I know.
So yeah, just starting with the basics. It was hard to make my way in the kitchen, but I learned kitchen Italian at first, and it was a dream. I was working at a castle in a farm-to-table restaurant where they had a huge garden with the vegetables.
Oh, that's the best way.
It was the perfect first job for me.
And which part of Italy did you go to the same part, or you would travel and live in different places?
So I worked in my family's restaurant, which happens to be in the center area of Italy in Rome. And then when I first got out of culinary school, I lived in Puglia, on the heel of the boot, the peninsula. It's a beautiful region of Italy on the southern part, and it's known for the olive trees and the bread and the vegetables.
I haven't been to Puglia yet. It's next on my list.
I know you're gonna love it, trust me. It's almost like Miami, but better.
Which one is your favorite city in Italy? Do you have one?
Favorite city has to be Rome. I think
So
it's
is mine.
yeah, it's like the perfect combination between history, culture. I mean, you're living in like a history book if you're walking the streets through Rome.
That's what I say when I walk through Rome, I feel like I am in open air museum. Every corner I make, it's history. It's this beautiful art of the most incredible artists that we know, Michelangelo, Raphael. It's just all over.
Exactly.
There's no other place in the world that I've been so far to is that way. It's really
I agree.
special.
And they know one thing too is how to eat. My family in Rome, they love eating, and they're so happy to see me now because I've learned so much about cooking. I get to feed them. I go fishing. We do everything over
We
there.
have to make next time the proper Roman artichokes together.
Of course.
Those are the best. Those are my favorite things ever. How mindful of tradition do you need to be in your cooking?
Tradition is what gives you purpose. It's like you have to do the research before you start cooking. You have to have that background knowledge. So I started out watching YouTube videos, and they were all in Italian, and that's what like sparked my passion is finding that research and watching the videos and practicing at home. I think that's what you need to do first to get inspired.
Absolutely. Shall we start with one of them?
I'm so excited to start. Yes.
So I could move this back.
Yeah, that's
but
perfect.
we have this. So then you shape the for how many? This is one or two?
This recipe gets 3 dough balls.
Three. Yeah, because it's gonna rise, and we just have it right now.
Today I did a double recipe. I'm a little bit hungry today.
I'm starving. Look, I have all those hungry faces behind the screen. All my team is starving, and they're the most excited because who doesn't love pizza? It's the best type of food.
We might get the Miami's best pizza right here.
Yes, I know that already. So let's try.
Of course. So luckily, like I keep it not too dirty. I have it the
So
flour.
this is flour, and it's really convenient and messy.
Exactly.
Not as messy. So first you have to tell us about the process.
Yeah, usually your dough in a professional restaurant is in a tray. At home, it's better to use like a smaller container to keep them portioned single doughs. However, you want to put the flour on top of the dough that you're going to use, and then you have a bench scraper. This is great because it's plastic, it could bend. What you do is you want to detach the dough from the other ones inside the box. The flour helps the dough not stick to the spatula. And then this is the important part. We're going to kind of shovel the dough up and out of the box. So you want to pull up on the spatula.
And you have to be gentle with
Yes.
everything,
And there's
right?
2 sides of the dough. You have the top part, which is smooth, and obviously it's floured. And then the bottom part is sticky. You want that bottom part up.
Okay.
Sometimes if your pizza is like overproofed, it could get a different shape. And let's do one together. I'm going to take the dough out for you, and we're going to learn how to make pizza napoletana.
Pizza napoletana.
In the style of Naples.
I'm going to put this away for now.
Of course.
And tell me about your, while we're doing this, about your success on Instagram and on YouTube. You are doing so well. You have, you have over 150,000 followers on both platforms, and I think it's so hard these days to grow Instagram. Yeah, I could tell you that it's not easy.
Yeah.
How did you become successful there?
So I always had video making, photography, and especially about food throughout my lifetime. I was always interested in posting and sharing my recipes and pictures. So I always did that since I was a kid. I would edit videos at home of doing some silly stuff, but my professional profile, it kind of blew up with one video. I posted a video of me hollowing out a wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese,
Okay.
and it was sped up in fast motion. And I think that went viral. That was my first video. And after that,
Amazing.
I think a bunch of followers started coming in, and I think they started to see my work.
Yeah, of course. They see your talent, they see the work you put in, and how much they could learn from you. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
Happy
you so
for you.
much.
I need to make some sort of video, maybe while I'm spinning the pizza.
Yeah, just it's about learning and just playing around, just finding new things. But I love setting up the camera randomly, seeing what kind of footage I can get, and who knows, it
That's
might go
awesome.
viral.
You have both talents as a creator, and you are a chef. You do it all. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it pays off.
Tell me about it.
All right. So we're gonna make pizza napolitana. We're using like the same guidelines of Naples, using the dough and the oven, the high temperature. Uh, so let's stretch it out. We're gonna keep the smooth side on top, and we're gonna put our hands into a triangular formation like this.
Okay.
And then you're gonna start to press the dough 1 inch from the border.
Okay.
And press. And then you lift and you press. You don't want to start your dough by stretching it in your hands, pulling it, because that's going to ruin the gluten development. We want to keep the gluten development nice and relaxed. Now you could turn your pizza 90 degrees.
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Isn't that insane?
So gentle.
Yeah, super fluffy.
Beautiful.
So we're going to do the same step and repeat, where you press, 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 until you reach the end. You want to leave a 1 inch border, because in Naples, it's typical for them to have that big cornicione.
I think I made a little more than...
You're going to see, however, this oven is going to make some magic.
So what makes Neapolitan pizza so special?
It's definitely its simplicity. So Neapolitan pizza is only maybe a handful of ingredients, 5 ingredients. Starts with the dough, but the toppings are what matters. You have to source the tomatoes. You have to find the best mozzarella. And in Naples, they have all of those ingredients perfect to make pizza.
I think it's the best place for pizza. And I mean, Italy, everywhere you can find great.
Exactly. I think it was born there for a reason. They have Mount Vesuvius, they have the mozzarella, the buffaloes, and pizza was invented in 1889. And it was made for Queen Margherita of Savoy, which is in the Alps on the border of France and Italy. And after that, they sold it on the streets. They would call them pizza hawkers. They would sell them to customers, and then finally it made it into pizzerias. So you're about to get something similar to that, how pizza was first invented.
And what are the biggest mistake that people make in making pizza?
The biggest mistake is maybe rushing your dough. You need to speak to the dough. You need the dough to say,
feel it.
Yeah, you need to feel it. The dough's saying, I'm ready right now, because it's fluffy. It can stretch. It's not too tough. So it's feeling the food. It's
very important. This is the way I cook. And sometimes my friends ask me, or people who want to learn, and they ask me, how do I know when it's ready? I said, you just have to feel it.
Exactly.
And my food is always calling my name when it's ready, but you have to feel it.
Yeah, you have to be present. You have to be patient. I could definitely see it in your food. I saw the mushrooms that you made the one day, and I said, we need this on the pizza.
I love it.
Yeah. So now that you have the center part's a little thick, you're going to have to press it out a little bit more with some more force.
Same way, or?
Yeah,
like
same
that?
exact way. You want to press it out. It's okay if the center part's more flat than the outer part. And then you're going to want to flip the pizza over.
And do that again?
Exactly.
So I already made something wrong, right? I did something
Of course
different.
not. No.
Because yours look a little different.
So yeah, after this, we're gonna take one hand, kind of cup it like this, and we're gonna create that border and make a circle. This is what's really gonna
Oh, that's
make
so
that
much
crust stand
fun.
out.
I love
Exactly.
this.
And it's what's gonna keep the ingredients inside the pizza while it's in the oven.
And this is a normal that it creates bubbles.
Exactly.
That's
At the
good,
end, we
right?
can pop all the bubbles. You don't even need to pop them as you go.
Okay.
All right, and then press out the center a little bit more. Then you flip it over and just do the same thing on the other side. You want to give each side the
how
same
long do we
amount.
want to do this for? Until it
Until it reaches the size of your hand, usually around 7 inches, so your palm can fit inside the pizza.
okay.
So when you reach this point, I'm going to show you the Napolitana way, which is called la scaffa, the slap.
The slap.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's
slap it.
So la scaffa is a way that pizzaiolos stretch the pizza to be really quick.
Okay.
You put your hand on the right side of the dough,
On
or
the right
whatever is
side.
dominant to you. It could be left. And then you take the top left corner, you pull it out, you throw it onto your wrist. I'm going to do it first.
Okay.
Because as you throw it, you're going to have to turn your hand 90 degrees.
There are so many techniques going on here. It's
Right?
like a workout.
So,
Okay. Learning
I'm going to do
new.
it all in one step. As soon as I throw it, I'm going to turn my hand with the dough
Okay.
hanging off of my wrist. Yes.
Almost.
This time, lift your wrist, lift your hand up and let the dough. And if your dough comes out of shape, just make it a circle.
Okay.
And then you're going to repeat that step. So you take it, you stretch it, throw it, and turn. That's it.
Yeah.
So this is the step you need to do.
This is fun.
Yeah. This is the step you need to practice, is doing that same technique over and over very slowly.
So, and that will give us this is the stretching process?
Exactly. This is the more Neapolitan way how to stretch it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And how long, how many times do we have to do it?
I'm going to show you in fast motion. So
Okay.
if you walk into a pizzeria, you're going to see the pizzaiolo slapping the dough, and it's going to look like this.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's a different story. That happens
And
really
then-
quick.
And then we're going to toss it in the air. This is not typical, but it's something I love to do because why not have fun in the kitchen?
I love the show. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, as you can see, the dough's recipe is so stretchy. You know, your dough's probably never going to rip. You just need to follow the steps. And yeah, this is the perfect size pizza for pizza napolitana. I'm going to show you.
Yes, I have. How
I'll
to
show
do
you
this
another
fast.
easy way. It's actually the way I use most of the time.
Okay.
Take the dough where the crust is, and then you're going to like turn it like a car wheel. You're just going to go
I
around,
could do that one.
go around. You let gravity stretch the dough naturally. And as soon as you start to feel it get thin, that's when you want to stop. So maybe you keep turning it. It's going to get thin. Maybe after you go one time around, I'm going to show you the next step.
Okay.
So you're going to put the center part
Center part?
on your knuckles. You're going to put your...
Oh, okay. Both knuckles?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Now you're stretching the inside out, and you want to give it a toss.
Like this?
So ready? Keep your hands like this.
Uh-huh.
You have to move your body and throw it in the air. Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Yes. Exactly. So you see how stretchy it is? It's not even ripping.
Not ripping,
That's
not ripping
beautiful.
yet.
So if you want to put the
Okay.
pizza dough, look.
That's another trick I have to learn now, how to throw pizza dough. I got the champagne down, but now I want to learn this.
I think you're a natural.
We switch. I'll teach you this, you teach me that.
All right.
So what is the approach to pizza sauce? What is the secret of making an amazing pizza sauce?
Sauce, it's up to you if you like a more sweeter or a more acidic tomato sauce. I like the brightness with tomatoes, so I open new cans and see which one has a bright, flavor. And the simplest thing is just to add salt.
That's it. You use it as is.
Yeah, you want to
You don't
use
have
the
to
sauce
cook
as is.
it. You don't have
not
to do
cook it.
anything to it.
No, you have to use a good sea salt. And what the sea salt does is it kind of brightens up the sauce even more.
That's amazing. See how easy? All you have to do is to learn how to throw that pizza dough. The rest is covered.
Yeah, exactly. So when the dough's resting right now, before we bake the pizza, we're going to chop up some mozzarella.
All right, let me help you with that. So, how do we do that? Any particular shape, size?
Yes, if you're
You want-
using a home oven, you do want to chop it thicker.
You wanna
because
maybe you wanna show me
it's
for
perfect.
one of them,
Yeah.
and I can help you with
All
that.
right. So we're using a high temperature pizza oven. The mozzarella could be medium diced. We're gonna cut it in half.
How high is the heat? 600?
No, this pizza oven is 850 degrees
800
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit, 850.
So I could give you half, and
Okay.
we're going for a medium dice here.
Okay.
And this is going to be perfect because the pizza cooks very quickly. And
So get this. Tell me, how long is the pizza cooking?
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
Yes.
I was like, how long it takes? 5 minutes? And Julian is like, no, 90 seconds.
Super quick.
So quick. So here we got.
Perfect.
So you use one mozzarella ball for one pizza?
No, I think you could use one mozzarella ball for 2 pizzas.
For 2 pizzas. Okay.
Yep. It's around like a little bit less than 100 grams of mozzarella.
All right.
All right, now
Our next step.
next step is sauce. We have the beautiful peeled tomatoes here.
Let's get the whole bowl.
Of course.
Yeah. Perfect.
All
We
right.
got this brand from Napoli. I think
It's good.
Can be a bad
This
thing.
is amazing. Yeah, the texture.
Texture is
That's another
perfect.
thing. We don't want it too soupy. We want it just right, a little
Thick
thick.
texture, not too watery.
Yeah,
to make
because
sure.
mozzarella could be watery a lot of the times. And if your mozzarella is watery, your sauce is watery, it's going to be a soupy mess.
Yeah, and the pizza is going to be soggy.
Yeah. And another thing is not to use too much sauce. So I'm going to go for only a scoop and a half should be perfect. And you really want to spread the sauce all the way until you reach the border, which is about 1 inch.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And that's it. I like when it's like when the dough can see through the sauce.
So what are the golden rules for getting the toppings right?
Golden rules is the balance between the sauce and the cheese.
Not to overdo with the tomato,
Yeah,
and the same with cheese. Less or more, it's going to be too much, or
exactly.
not
If
enough.
if it's less of toppings, your pizza's kind of gonna burn. If it's too much toppings, it's gonna create a soupy mess and it's gonna be too heavy.
And we will do the mushroom one in here, right?
Of course.
Okay, so what is the next step here?
If you want, let's do the margarita first.
First, okay.
And I'm gonna show you the typical way how we do it in Naples, Italy.
So now you're putting the salt.
Yeah, you could put the salt in the sauce beforehand. We're gonna put it after because you have this beautiful sea salt from Italy.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna go on with basil. For the traditional Napolitana pizza margarita, it's sauce, basil, and mozzarella cheese with a little bit of olive oil. We have beautiful fresh basil.
I got some basil going on here for you. Yeah.
Huge plant.
Yeah.
So jealous.
I love. Oh, you're taking this home.
Because here in
You're
Miami,
taking this home today.
it's so hot that
You know why?
it almost burns.
Because I'm leaving tonight to Napoli.
I'm jealous.
I'm so jealous.
You're gonna be eating
myself.
pizza way better than this one.
Well, I am excited to try, and now you taught me some tricks
Yeah.
and things that I should know, and I will have more expertise
I
going
think
to pizzerias.
Yeah, if you show these pizzaiolas over in Naples what we've been doing and practicing here, they'll be impressed.
Yeah, they would give me some sort of a better pass.
I worked over in Naples one summer with my brother. He's a photographer. And when he was going out taking some photos, I would be in the pizzeria making pizza and learning their way. That's when I first learned that slap move in Naples, Italy.
It's an important move, right?
Exactly. It's impressive. So I'm going to do oil right now on the pizza. The oil
We have
kind
this
of...
beautiful, delicious. This is my favorite. You have to taste this.
Awesome.
Oh, look how good it smells.
Oh my
Isn't it
God, yeah.
incredible?
You could smell it. It's nice, grassy, fruity.
I'm gonna give you a gift of that as well to take
Oh
home.
my gosh. Well, I have a special gift for you.
You are a gift here today.
you.
Thank you. And you did all this beautiful pizza for us.
All right, so we're gonna
So we're gonna put this. We're putting it on the oven.
we're gonna put this in the pizza
Oh,
oven.
I want to show you this crazy stuff that he has. So this is I want you to tell our viewers about all these tools and what are they for.
This is a professional pizza sheeter. So in bakeries, they use this to transfer the dough into the oven without any mechanical force or physical force.
And show it how it works. Just look
Of
at
course. So this,
it.
it's
Yeah.
super simple. You can
Smooth.
keep the pizza on the tabletop, and what you do is pull back on this knob and push forward with this handle.
Magic. And this is this a fan? To just, when it's hot here in 850 degrees, but this is really cool too, right?
Yeah, this is gonna help us
Wasn't
turn
this
the pizza.
magic? This is crazy.
Exactly.
I love this.
So,
And is this a temperature? Do I have fever? What is this for?
this is important because my oven gets up to very high temperatures. I'm testing the baking stone. So the baking stone inside this electric oven happens to be from Naples. They hand make it. They source the clay from the volcanic ash and the Gulf of Naples, which creates this beautiful mineral-rich stone, perfect for cooking pizza. What it does is it draws the moisture out of the pizza, dries it out a little bit so it's nice and crunchy.
Incredible.
So let's give it a temperature
So
check.
we're gonna check the temperature.
I'm gonna hire the oven right now because we're ready to bake.
I want to show you again this gorgeous pizza. Do you see it? Stunning, right?
All right.
This is so exciting.
So the oven, it needs 30 seconds. In the meantime, let's top the next pizza.
So the Brie. We're
Yes.
using the Brie for this?
Yeah, we're
Or
gonna use the
using
Brie.
both.
We could use both. I love a mixture because the Brie can overpower sometimes.
Exactly. Maybe less Brie, right?
Yeah,
Not
or
too
a
over.
50-50 is fine.
So same
Same dice.
same dice. Okay.
The Brie melts differently. It's
Yeah, it's a really interesting combination. I can't wait to try it. And what is your most unusual topping that you've ever made?
oh man, it brings me back to my days back in college. We would experiment with so many different stuff. I did chicken liver.
I put it now?
Yes.
Oh, chicken liver.
Seared chicken liver with foie gras and black truffle. All my friends from college, they know that was a good one. Definitely the most strange topping combination.
And was it good?
It
made
was
sense
delicious.
when-
So when you use your oven to cook the ingredients before making your pizza, that's what makes the difference.
Yes, you cannot put raw mushrooms on.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about it because if you put the raw mushroom, the pizza cooks in 90 seconds. How are the mushrooms are going to be cooked? They are not. So it had to make sense.
Yes.
When you roast mushrooms, it takes 20, 30, depends,
Yeah.
even 40 minutes. So make sure you roast them with just some olive oil and salt. That's what I used. I know that we don't want any overpowering flavors. We just want the flavor of the pure mushroom and the cheese. Is
Yeah.
this good?
That's perfect.
Yeah, I
You
have
have
to
some
use-
beautiful mushrooms. You have one of my favorites, oyster.
And maitake.
Yes, these are like the most earthy mushrooms you could find.
And unfortunately, I didn't have this time, but my incredible Roberto, he's the farmer that I get my produce from, and he had last couple of weeks ago, he got me this that you saw on my Instagram, the chestnut mushrooms.
Yeah.
Those were to die for. I really was hoping I could get them, but Roberto is traveling and he needs that break as well. So I found those for you.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're putting the mushrooms.
We could put the mushrooms, correct. So, go as generous as you want, but we're just going to try to spread the mushrooms first, put them on the outside, because you want to give love to the crust. I see a lot of people, they
The
leave
crust
like
is my favorite.
It is?
Yes, it's so good. It's when it's crispy. I love crispy
Yes,
crust.
but I think ingredients should be part of that crust. So like when the ingredients spread a little bit.
Exactly. Oh, you see, nobody does it that
Nobody.
way. And I love that you are incorporating. Yeah, you're just eating plain dough, but if I always think about it, why there is
Yeah.
no mushrooms on the
Yeah.
corners?
I feel like either trying to be skimpy with toppings or they're trying to watch the plate of crust fill the dish go back to the dishwasher. I always see that and it makes
Oh,
me sad when nobody
no.
eats the crust.
Yeah, and that dough is magic, and so much
Exactly.
work we put into it, right?
So this is special.
This is
You're
good,
you're
right?
making a pizza rota di carro,
Rota
which
di
means
carro?
the car's wheel.
Aha.
So that means it's like there's less of a crust. It's stretched a little bit more. This is gonna be authentic.
Beautiful. So
Now,
we're ready for the
This
for the
oven is
margarita?
perfectly preheated. So what I'm gonna do is
Let's watch.
I'm
you.
gonna lift this pizza peel.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the pizza peel all the way into the back. and then I'm holding onto this knob, and I'm pulling back on the handle.
Ta-da!
And just like that, you're not trying to play around with the pizza peel, too much flour on the bottom. It's going to be perfect.
What do you think about pizza when you get it from, to-go pizzas? Are they all
To-go
rubbish?
pizzas, you got to be hungry for it.
Do you believe in those?
I do, but it's been years since I've ordered pizza to go.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like you have to have it on a spot because
have to
you
have it
cannot
within 10
have it.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
agree.
this oven is doing magic right now.
Oh, it looks
The heat comes from the top.
okay. And the stone is super hot, so
It's
it cooks
preheated stone.
from both sides.
Exactly. And
It's already really high, the crust.
the best part about this oven, you don't have to go in, turn around. You only have to turn it once.
So we have to turn it once, and this is what you use.
Exactly.
So what do you mean by turning? We'll
We'll show them right now.
Okay.
So what we need to do is use this sharper part of the pizza peel.
It's bubbling.
And we need, you see it? Smell it?
Gorgeous.
And
of
we
course
need
I smell it. I'm dying here already.
We have to scrape the stone to lift up the pizza. So I'm going to turn it 180 degrees like this.
Wow.
I'm going to pop it back in. I think another 30 seconds, we're going to be ready.
Isn't it cool, guys? You can really make incredible pizza at home. You just have to buy a couple of, tools to make it perfect.
Exactly.
So is there a secret to a perfectly blistered pizza, that crusty?
Yes. High heat.
High heat.
And a good quality dough.
Well, now you learned how to make the good quality dough. You need the really high quality flour and resting of this dough.
Are you ready? Edvina, chef.
I am ready.
To taste pizza napoletana.
Look at this.
Wait, not just look. Listen to the crust. That's the secret.
That is wow.
And this pizza oven cooks it perfectly. It's not burnt on the bottom. It's, cooked just right.
This is unbelievable. I've never had pizza at home.
You should lift it up. Lift the pizza up and feel with just the pizza and feel how light.
Oh, it's so airy,
it's
so
not soupy.
light. No, it's perfection. There are just simple rules that you just have to follow. And Julian shared all his secrets with all of us, and it's no reason not to make perfect pizza. You hear this crust?
Right?
Yes, it's so light. And this is the type of pizza you will eat and not feel heavy. Look at him. Look at he's in great shape. So I believe in eating this pizza.
Thank you.
I'm not gaining any weight from this pizza.
So I'm going to give it a cut right now, and then we're going to let it cool down. And this is going to be my gift to you, Chef Julian Sisofo
Oh, I
pizza
love it.
peel.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
When I use it, I'm going to be always thinking about you. That's so special. Thank you, Julian.
All right. We're going to let this sit. I do want to eat it. You want to try it?
I'm going to try it.
Let's try it.
I like hot pizza.
Look at the
Come
crust.
on. I'm not going to just look at it. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah. This is as authentic as it can get.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And the sauce.
The sauce is so pure. It's so flavorful. The crust is so crispy. All the flavors are so authentic.
Yeah. The mozzarella is very good quality. It's milky. The sauce is bright with the sea salt.
I'm so happy right now. Thank you, Julian, for feeding me such delicious pizza on my last show of the season.
This is special.
This is a great way to actually finish my show, to have this Neapolitan beautiful pizza. And the next one is going to be our mushroom pizza.
I think you're ready to scoop it up on the pizza peel?
Yeah, let's try it.
I know you can. So you're going to want to...
What if I screw up? What are we going to do about
you're going to hold on tight. You're going to put the knob in the front.
Oh, okay.
And now what you're going to do is as you pull back on the knob, you push.
But how close I have to be to this?
It doesn't matter. If you do it, if you push while you pull the knob, it's going to come right on.
So
you're going to push like this.
Push what?
Push the handle. Push the pizza peel. This pizza peel. You're going to force it.
So this
and then as soon as you force it, you pull back.
Okay, so it goes
all
at
in one
the same
motion.
time.
Hold on tight.
You see, I'm a chef for a reason, okay?
So
I got
great
it.
job. This is the rote di carro,
Rotte di carro.
but with the
What is mushroom? One of
rote
the
di carro is
which
the
word is mushroom in the rotte di carro?
fungi.
Ah, fungi.
So
Right.
rote di carro is the way you stretch the dough.
Ah,
At first, you were like, "Is this right?" Every pizza is right, but the style you were doing is a more larger format pizza with
Okay.
less of a puffy crust.
awesome.
Let's finish with some olive oil.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, all of Italian cooking
We
has
have
to
to
have
put
olive
some
oil.
olive oil. Do we need some? Oh yeah, for this one we should put some pepper, black pepper.
I agree.
Look, I have this perfection.
Wow.
This is the real black pepper for you. I need some power here. All right. So here we
This is
go.
gonna get nice and toasty.
Yeah, that's beautiful vintage peppermint. Is a
You even
coffee
have a little
milk.
scoop
Yeah, a
too.
little scoop. Yeah, so cute, right? It's a gift from my friend Laurent. He
Nice.
got it for me from south of France, vintage. You know, the vintage markets. Because I
Yeah.
fell in love with his. He had one, and he got this for me. Thank you,
Cooking-
Laurent. Makes me always happy when I use it.
Cooking brings so many memories.
Yes, always.
All right.
Look at this gorgeousness.
This oven is ready, just like we were for the last one.
While
It cooks
this
the
is cooking, I'm
same.
gonna have another bite. My team is hating me right now. Mm.
And this oven it's just, if it's perfect in the kitchen. What I like about it is that I don't have to go outside, whether it's cold or hot out. I could use the electric oven and
Absolutely, because you don't feel the heat inside
Yeah.
indoors, so it's really awesome. What are other dishes that you love cooking beyond pizza?
so I would think just as the amount of pizza I cook pasta. I learned a lot of homemade pastas like ravioli, stuffed pastas, long pastas. Over at work, that's what we do. Pasta and pizza.
That's another another science to make really perfect special pasta. So when you are in Miami, go to Four Seasons Lido, because Julian works in the kitchen at Lido restaurant, and that's how I met him. And I'm very, very grateful, because it's one of my favorite places in Miami. It's just delicious and the most gorgeous champagne bar.
It is.
Thank you, Jonathan, for introducing us.
Right?
Yes.
All right. Your pizza is cooking perfect.
Oh, it's yeah, I see the crust, and now you're gonna do the turn.
I'm gonna do
again.
that turn.
So you do it halfway through.
Yeah, honestly, you don't even need to do it. It's optional.
Yeah. In
But,
this case,
I do it just to keep it even.
well, the mushrooms are
Nice.
crisping up there
Yeah.
quickly. So, are there any key trends in Italian food right now?
Trends. There's so many trends that come and go. Italian cooking. I think one trend that will never die is Italian American cooking.
Right.
It's forever gonna be a
Are you
thing.
talking about cream and Alfredo sauce?
Not that.
We
not-
want to
I'm not
eliminate.
going all the way there, but you know, classics like chicken cutlets. Who
Yeah.
doesn't love a chicken cutlet? It's universal.
You were born in Philadelphia, right?
Born and raised Philly.
So yeah, you do have, of course, that American side in you, and then you have all the classic training and understanding your heritage.
Yes.
So I could see. Wow.
Now look at this.
Look at this gorgeous pizza. And again, do you hear?
This is a cheesy one.
Cheesy, cheesy. And it's so light again and stunning.
This, I mean, you kept it super simple cooking these mushrooms. They got even crispier in the
Yeah,
oven.
and we wanted that. I actually undercooked them a little bit, so I thought
Exactly.
they will finish up there in the oven. So when you're roasting the mushrooms, make sure they are a little bit undercooked. Do not make them super crispy. Otherwise, they're gonna burn. As you see, we have that burn, but it's a beautiful burn, the one we want.
Yeah, so it's a kiss. Kiss from the
I love
fire.
that. So what are your favorite other foods that are not Italian, other cuisines?
I love eating healthy at home. I think that's one way I try to stay fit. Nutrition is important. I recently got married, so I love cooking Nicaraguan food.
Congratulations.
Thank
She's
you.
from Nicaragua, your
She
wife.
is.
Wow, that's so special. What is one interesting dish from Nicaragua?
One of my favorites happens to be vigaron. It's basically fried pork chicharron, the skin and a little bit of the meat.
Oh, I love chicharron.
And it's super tropical. They serve it with lots of vegetables, and the side dish happens to be shaved cabbage, tomatoes, lime, a little bit of vinegar, salt, and carrots. And just that pairing is fresh with the fried pork. It's something I love.
Oh, that sounds so delicious. I love all kinds of ethnic cuisines. They're the best. It's just
Yeah.
so much flavor, so
There's
much
so much
uniqueness.
to
Yeah.
go around and explore in the world. There's cuisines I don't even know about.
And how do you like to unwind when you're outside of your kitchen? What's your favorite thing to
What
do?
I like to do, I like to go outside. I like to walk, ride my bike, skateboard.
Physical activity.
Physical activity, like stretching, yoga. And then, of course, I like just sitting on the couch and being lazy. Look at this. It's so important as a chef. Working in the
yes,
kitchen, you need to
absolutely.
stretch your
If you don't
arms.
move, you're going to be, not in great shape. And
Exactly.
if you hosted a dream dinner party, who would you invite and what would you cook?
Oh my God. That's a great question. Who would I invite? What would I cook?
It's okay, you can think while I'm going to try to cut it this time. Yes, can I?
Of course.
It's ready, right? And I cut it.
You know what? I got an answer for you. I'd invite Dave Portnoy. I'd cook pizza.
Wow, I don't know who's Dave Portnoy.
He's the pizza guy who rates all the slices.
Ah, okay. That's cool. You would cook pizza for him. So Dave Portnoy, you better try this pizza because it might be the best you've ever had. If you're watching this. One day you will. So are you also working on a cookbook, right? What kind of recipes? Is it going to be pizza recipes or other ones as well?
My cookbook that will come out will be mainly about pizza and especially pizza napolitana. I'm going to make it go down to the basics, to the toppings, to the technique, but it's going to be super simple with leaning towards food photography, With cookbooks, what I want to see is not only the recipe and its simplicity, but beautiful and vibrant pictures.
I am almost done with my cookbook, and it's gonna come out, pretty soon enough, maybe end of the year or beginning of the year, and I'm so excited about it as well.
Wow.
And I can't wait to show it to you, and we could chat about it. I think when you are creating something so important, it's part of you, right?
Yeah.
It's all the love
and when you share your recipes, the best feeling is having friends, family, or even like people who buy the book. That's the best feeling is when they test your recipe, they enjoy it, they say, "Oh, I've shared this recipe with my family, they love it too." That's makes it all worth it,
Are there any other projects or goals in horizon for you?
I think for now, I'm going to be focusing on my YouTube channel. I'm putting out a lot of content with pizza making. I'm going to start putting 2 videos per week. One in the middle of the week where I feature different pizza toppings so they can inspire.
What is the name of your YouTube channel so you could follow Julian?
Julian Sisofo.
Julian Sisofo, just his name. And follow Julian on Instagram as well. And we will put all the links to under this show that you could get in touch and learn and watch Julian. Thank you so much, Julian. Let's try this pizza.
Looks so good.
Before we wrap this up.
No flop.
No flop.
Wow.
Unbelievable. So good. What would you recommend our viewers how to pair pizza with? What wines, or what do you like to pair, for example, this pizza with?
100%. I would pair it with wine. All pizzas. Maybe beer is another thing, but wine for me is special. A white wine would go very well. Something like a French Sauvignon Blanc.
Something refreshing because this pizza is rich.
Yeah, the champagne could go well. It's perfect.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers, chef.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Julian, for being here and bringing all your knowledge and expertise and making our afternoon so delicious and visually stunning. Thank you so much.
Chef Edvina.
Thank you all for watching.
Salute.
Salute.